Good morning, Shine with Confidencers. Yes, I'm still waking up, having a cup of coffee. Believe it or not, I actually already got a workout in, even though I can't speak right now. It's cool. So I am on here today to talk to you about how fear gets in the way of confidence. So ultimately, my goal is for you guys to really start to feel incredibly confident, and I want to start to dig into one of the things that gets in the way of feeling truly confident, and that is fear. Fear really, Hank, pause. I'm going to get a little sip of coffee. Thank you for your patience. Fear really blocks you from feeling truly confident. So when we're experiencing fear, it's in our way. And it's one of the things that we really need to change. So I'm going to share with you a tool that you can start to use to help you overcome fear. So fear is one of those things that as it's happening, we're very much stuck. We end up frozen a lot of times, or we end up not feeling like we can move forward. And so it's really important that you start to learn how to handle fear, because as long as you're in fear, you don't exactly feel confident. So it's like, here's fear, and it's like pulling you down, and you're wanting to feel confident. You're wanting to know that you've got this, to know that you can handle this, to know that you feel incredibly good. And yet fear is like pulling you down. So we really need to learn how to handle fear so that you can start to live more confidently. So they're very much linked, because it's kind of like you can't really live confidently as long as you're mired in fear. So this tool is all about looking at past successes. So what I want you to start to consider when fear comes up, I want you to ask yourself, have you experienced this before in the past? And if so, what might that have looked like? So here is what's happening. So we've got fear coming up, and we're going to pull back, and we're going to ask ourselves, is there any situation in my past that I've handled this in? Okay, so that's part one. So often when we do that, we begin to recognize, like, oh, well, this situation was kind of similar, and I handled that. So I'll share one recently with y'all. I have never in my life done karaoke, and I just did. And did fear come up? Yeah, totally, because I was like on a street corner in the Gaslamp district in San Diego singing karaoke, which was also, by the way, a lot of fun, because one of the things that happens when you let go of fear is that you feel really good, and it's super awesome and so fun. So I pulled back and I looked at, okay, I mean, like in my head, I was like, well, I'm doing this anyway. It doesn't matter if I have fear. So doing something in the face of fear is really powerful as well. The other component, though, is that I pulled back and I really considered, what have I done before that was scary? Maybe some of y'all know this, maybe y'all don't know this, but I have done improv. I think improv is super fun. I had a recital on a stage and performed improv for a bunch of strangers and then even good friends. So in that moment when I was standing on the street corner and I was facing a fear, and I was like public singing, something that I know I'm not really great at. I've never had voice lessons, so it's not going to sound fantastic. And in fact, my seventh grade music teacher told me I was tone deaf. So pretty much since then, I hadn't really done singing in public. Like I'll sing at like a concert, absolutely. But my point in sharing this is, when we have something that's standing in the way, if we can pull back and look at what in the past relates to this, what in the past is something that we have handled and handled well. So the improv recital for me was fantastic and absolutely so much fun and like just total joy. In fact, I'm looking forward to finding either an improv or a stand-up comedy thing out here. I love laughing. Like, laughter is just the best. So my point, though, was that as you move out of fear, looking at what you've done well in the past is really helpful. So when I pull back and I look at, okay, well, you've been on a stage, you've performed improv for people, you can sing on a street corner, like, you got this. So think about this, like, what's something that you have experienced fear around? Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for joining. Right. I totally understand that, because it's all like, as long as we've got fear in the way, we've got to expand past that. So what's something that you're afraid of? What's something that is kind of scaring you right now that you're wanting to overcome? Because this tool, we can absolutely use it and apply it. So, I mean, that was just a recent example because fear comes up. Fear is a natural human response, but it stands in the way of you feeling confident. So let me be real. Will I sing karaoke again? Hell yeah. Like, where's the next street corner? I'm going to do it. In fact, yeah, no, I totally would rather do it there than in a dive bar because I think dive bars are not, there's not enough light shining on me. So do you see what I'm getting at? That like, as you unhook from fear, you can gain in confidence. So I'm like, yeah, I'll totally sing karaoke again. Who wants to sing karaoke? This sounds so fun. In fact, I've got a friend coming to town and I know she is going to want to sing karaoke. So we're totally doing a duet. Do you see the change though? Do you see how this makes such a huge difference? How it's not just about, if you want to feel confident, you've got to be willing to do things. The thing that stands in the way of you doing something is fear. So this is such an essential tool because when you look at past successes, you can move forward. Right. Okay. Tarot card reading for others. Great. Cool. So there's a vulnerability coming up for you there. Or Kelly, do you mean that you feel fear when you're doing tarot card readings, or do you mean that that's a past success for you? I just want to be sure I understand. Because ultimately it's really, we've got to be very clear on what is it that we're wanting and how we're going to move in that direction. So the tool is to look at fear from the past. So what we're saying is, I'm scared. Yeah, totally. Just acknowledge that. And then I want you to move into, where have I been successful in the past? So it's just this training your mind to go into what has worked for me in the past, because it's about that will help you feel like I'm ready to raise up, that I'm not good enough for that. Okay, thanks, Kelly. So thank you for clarifying. Okay, right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's think of it this way. Have you done any tarot card readings for anybody recently? This coffee is now cold. It's that 6 a.m. workout that I did. What? Okay, cool. All right, Kelly. So yeah, I totally hear you on that. Kelly says, I've only started learning and I can do it for myself, but never do it for others because what if I'm wrong? Okay. Well, so ultimately, like, we could make mistakes. How accurate are your tarot card readings for yourself? And if they are accurate for yourself, like, you've got to remember when you're doing a reading, you're putting it out there and you'll see what feels accurate. Because if you're doing like past, present, future, they're going to tell you if it's right present, if it's right past, and if it's past, starting over, Kelly. Clearly I need more coffee. If it's in the past, they can tell you. If it's in the present, they can tell you. If it's in the future is ambiguous. The future is being created through our thoughts, words, actions, and beliefs that are coming up in the now. So try not to take too much responsibility for the future. My suggestion for you, if knowing that you've done it for yourself and that it's gone really well, I would encourage you to begin to practice with some people that are close to you, maybe some friends, so that you can start to like build a little bit more confidence, so that as you step into like providing tarot card readings for people, it could be something. Even a fun thing might be to like go to the farmer's market and set up a free tarot card thing. Yeah, I know I'm totally stretching you there, and I'm doing it on purpose. Because if you do that, you'll be amazed at what starts to open up, because we can play really small, and we play really small because of fear. So if it feels more comfortable for you, Kelly, to start to do it with some friends, then go ahead and start to do that. Because if spirit's coming through you, it's about spirit moving you. So you've really got to consider that this is not just about you. What if you really do have a gift and you're preventing others from even having that experience? I hope that that's clear. Oh, wait, there was more. Close friends only. Great, Kelly. Cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. So it's time to stretch. Okay. So you're already doing it for good friends. So if you're already doing it for good friends, it's time to expand the bubble. If you're doing it for, and like knowing that you've done it for good friends and it's been great. In fact, one of your girlfriends even said, you can do this for me all the time. It's time. So yeah, I'm challenging you right now. I'm challenging you to recognize that success and to step outside the bubble. Because as you do that, that's the deal with fear. Like fear will keep you contracted and stuck in, and you're like, I'm not doing it, I'm so scared. And the truth is, expand and step out. Now that I've sung karaoke on a street corner, you had better believe I will be up in some karaoke bars singing. I know my friend Sarah, who's coming to town, who's in this group. Sarah Coleman, if you watch this, let's do some karaoke when you're here. That it'll be so fun. So Kelly, I hope that's helpful for you. Great, cool, good, yes. Look at it that way. See what starts to open up for you. This tool is fantastic. Trust me, you guys, I have to you is to actually give this tool a try. If you're ready to break free from fear, if you're truly ready to feel confident, then you need to break free from fear. And if you can break free from fear, you can be on the way to living confidently, to feeling confident, to like really truly embracing and embodying, there was a bug, who you truly are. So please remember that. Like these tools are great, but they're not going to serve you if you don't actually use them. So use this. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that while fear holds us back, fear stems from a limiting belief. There is some story we're telling ourselves. Kelly, this was a fantastic example, so thank you for being so active. Your fear, the limit, okay, so fear's in the way of you doing tarot card readings, right? But the limiting belief is that I'm not enough, and it's below the surface. And that is what prevents us from feeling truly confident. So I am actually going to be doing a free training next Wednesday. I will send an email about it, and I'll drop the link here for you guys. But I will be covering what your inner mean girl really shows you. So the whole, like, one of the things about understanding your inner mean girl is she's a clue in. She's pointing something out for us. And if we can hear her, we can begin to work on what's below the surface. And I know I talked about this during the challenge, but ultimately it's your inner mean girl points the way towards your limiting beliefs. So I'm going to be doing a free training next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. I will send an email out about that. I will also post the link in the group. It is about how to uncover your limiting beliefs. I'm going to teach you guys 3 tools that you can use to help you uncover those limiting beliefs. Because the truth is, awareness is the first step to change. Without awareness, we can't change anything. Okay? So we need to identify. And then from identifying, we need to like move forward. And I have a ton of tools, a ton of ways to do that. But I want to start with really helping you identify and hone in on what are my primary limiting beliefs? What are the things that truly hold me back from feeling confident, from living confidently, from ultimately living the life of your dreams? Because, I mean, even for you, Kelly, like thinking about how much freedom there is in terms of like, what if you were able to go out on your own and to do tarot card readings for people because you no longer were mired down in this belief that I'm not good enough? Because when we break free from our limiting beliefs, our entire lives change, and it is phenomenal and fantastic. Let's see what you're saying. Yes, don't let, Kelly, don't let fear run your world. Fear can overrun you. Actually, for a lot of folks, limiting beliefs overrun most people. If you are living your life and you don't have something that you want, if you feel like something's missing, if you keep having like a pattern repeat, like maybe you always date like the same kind of guy, or maybe you want to lose weight, but you just can't seem to like shed that last 5 pounds, there's a limiting belief that's operating. Or maybe like at work, you just can't seem to like get ahead. So, or maybe you're like wanting to do public speaking, but you don't, you know? So it's like all these things that hold us back, all these things that get in the way. But ultimately, all of the things that we have, like, all the things that we're missing are a direct result of our limiting beliefs. So when you hone in on those limiting beliefs, you can really transform and change your life. So that's ultimately why it's so important. Fear, like overcoming fear, is a fantastic part because fear stems from a limiting belief. And so you're really looking at, I'm going to use this tool, and this tool is great, but as long as this limiting belief is under it, it's going to keep coming up over and over and over. So limiting beliefs are the things that block us. They're the things that get directly in the way, that say, you want that, but you're not going to have that because you're not good enough, or you can't. So I'm going to show you 3 tools you can use to really overcome limiting beliefs. So it's really important that we address these. They will overrun your life and dominate it. And so my encouragement is to join me next Wednesday. You will absolutely get an email. I will put the link in here. And I hope to see you guys on the live training. There are a limited number of spots. So sign up and then block your calendar off, because you don't want to miss this training. Because what if you could finally get what stands in your way? What if you could really get crystal clear? And what if you could start to use the tools that I'm going to teach you to really know, oh, it's this belief? Because at every belief, you have a choice point. So you want to know what the belief is so that you can begin to choose differently. So you can't transform what you don't know, right? So like if you're thinking like for example, if you're saying like, I don't know why I keep having this, like, why do guys keep leaving me? Like, I don't understand what's happening. Well, you can't change anything, right? So like, as long as you can't change something, nothing's going to be different. So this is ultimately really about like, let's get crystal clear on what is blocking you and preventing you from really living the life that you want, from being truly confident. So go ahead, sign up. Again, limited number of spots, so I really encourage you to go ahead and grab your seat now. And just for a recap for today, so to live really confidently, we need to overcome fear. One of the tools that you can use to overcome fear is to look at past successes. When you look at past successes, you are encouraged to do something different. And as you expand the circle of what's comfortable, the easier it is to actually feel good and live confidently. All right, let me see if there's any other comments. Oh, Kelly, I love that. Yes, yes. So that's great. So really recognizing like I can use this tool to blow past things. Yes, you can. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday. You can, if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and just leave some comments if you've got any questions. I will be back in the group. I'm so happy to support you in terms of living more confidently and overcoming fear. Your breakthroughs are so important to me. So again, I will be offering a free training next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Be on the lookout for an email from me. Sign up. Spots are limited. And I'll drop the link here. All right, everyone, enjoy their beautiful Friday. I don't know about y'all, but I love Fridays. Yay. Bye, guys.